There's a lot of isms in the world. There's liberalism, stupidism, oh, I repeat myself, capitalism, socialism, communism, right, left, politically right is right and left is wrong. Let me share some things with you about the hypocrites that are out there. That would be the left-wing liberal people. If a Republican doesn't like guns, guess what? He just doesn't buy a gun. If a Democrat doesn't like guns, he wants to outlaw them from everybody. Nobody should have a gun. If a Republican is a vegetarian, he just doesn't eat meat. If a Democrat's a vegetarian, he doesn't want anybody else to eat meat. If a Republican smokes, that's okay as long as it doesn't bother other people. If a Democrat smokes, same thing. But as soon as he quits, he says nobody should be allowed to smoke a cigarette. If a Republican is down and out, he thinks about how to better his situation. If a Democrat is down and out, he says, who's going to give me a check? If a Republican is a non-believer, he just doesn't go to church. If a Democrat's a non-believer, he wants all the churches closed, and he wants God removed from everywhere. Wow, do you really think maybe they are bullies and hypocrites? I think so. Guns. Guns are big news all of the time. The Democrats in the U.S. want everybody that's a good person to not have a gun. Let's take the guns away from everyone who didn't do it. It has backfired, pardon the pun, a little bit. In Washington, there's 500,000 carry permits now, and more than 100,000 of those have been issued to women. The women are saying, Sandy Hook, hey, they want us to not have a gun? I don't think so. Crazy people are in Washington State too. They come into our schools. I want to be armed. 100,000 women have guns in their purses, in their cars. These bad guys got to be careful. It ain't so easy. There's no gun-free zones there either. I mean, these women are gonna hurt somebody, and it's a darn good thing because if a bad guy shows up, he should be hurt, don't you think? Rankings. I got a rankings here for the 10 smartest and the 10 dumbest states in America. I'm only going to give you the top 3. According to the Street's methodology, here it comes. The 3 dumbest states of the Union are West Virginia, Arkansas, and Mississippi. Oh yeah, who are the smartest ones then? I know, here it comes. Massachusetts, Colorado, and Maryland. I don't think I would have known any of that if I had to have guessed. Here's a speech I'm giving you from the president of Russia, from the boss. That would be Mr. Putin, right? He said this recently in their house, and kind of interesting stuff. He said, hey, if you want to be in Russia, you gotta be a Russian. You gotta live like a Russian, any minority from anywhere. If you want to live in Russia, to work, to eat in Russia, you gotta speak Russian. You gotta respect the Russian laws, and if you prefer another law like Sharia law, and you live the life of Muslims, and we advise you to go to those places where they have Muslims and that law, because you're not allowed to be in Russia. Russia does not need Muslim minorities. Minorities need Russia. And we will not grant you special privileges or try to change our laws to fit their desires. No matter how loud they yell discrimination, we will not tolerate disrespect of our Russian culture. We better learn from the suicides of America, England, Holland, and France. If we are to survive as a nation, the Muslims are taking over those countries, and they will not take over Russia. The Russian customs and traditions are not compatible with the lack of culture or the primitive ways of Sharia law and Muslims. He got a standing ovation there. I'm just telling you what's going on in other countries, and you all come back here tomorrow, and I'll be able to tell you more of what's going on in our countries. See ya.